Hello, Chance. Welcome. Hey, Chance, you want to tell us where you're from today? And we're going to get started. In the meantime, the room's going to fill up with more people, and that's okay this way. All right, so welcome to our webinar, How I Quit Pornography Effortlessly. My name is Dimitri. I'm a pornography addiction recovery coach and recovered addict. And welcome into this safe space, trusted space. Okay, we've got quite a few of our men already who have shared some vulnerabilities here, so welcome. And welcome, Chance, from Canada as well. Beautiful. So in this webinar, I'm going to show you the ultimate framework that I used to quit pornography successfully once and for all without having to go through a never-ending cycle of urges, guilt, relapses, and struggle. Okay, hearing these words, you might feel some emotions coming inside you. And if you stay until the end and decide to work with me to quit pornography successfully, I'll give you the opportunity to get your hands on a special bonus that is part of this new program. I'll give you all the details at the end of this webinar, so make sure you stick around till the end. Hey, Daniel, I'm in the Blue Mountains in Australia near Sydney. So it's about 100 kilometers away from Sydney. So we are in lockdown. I basically live in the wilderness, which is a great place to live. Before we start, please make sure that you are in full learning mode. So put your phones in silent mode. Make sure that you won't be interrupted for the next 45 minutes with someone popping in the door or whatever. Grab a pen and paper so you can take notes and answer our questions here together. Okay, I'll be asking you lots of questions so you can get clarity over your situation with pornography. So make sure you've got some pen and paper handy. Okay, now that we've dealt with the external circumstances, let's deal with the internal circumstances. We're going to shut down the inside noise. So just taking a breath here. I'd like to invite you to take 3 big breaths together, starting now. Letting go of the day's events. Allowing what is present to us to resurface to us today with no judgments. In full trust that this is contributing to your healing and the healing of all the parts of you. Okay, and now that we are recharged, you are in the right place if you've been struggling with pornography for a while, or you feel that this behavior is going out of control. You're ready to learn how to quit pornography using a simple and tested process, and you don't want to waste your time and energy anymore trying to figure it all out on your own. And you're highly motivated to take action to improve your life and unlock your potential right away. So here's my first question for you guys. From 1 to 10, how motivated are you to quit pornography right now? Okay, 1 is not motivated at all. 10 is really motivated. Let us know in the chat. How motivated do you feel to quit pornography right now? From 1 to 10. Benito, 10. Nick, 10. Welcome, Nick, by the way. Chance, 10. Bang. Daniel, what is it for you? From 1 to 10. And it's okay. If it's a 2, it's a 2. That's totally fine. All right, so we are really motivated here. Good on you guys. Love the spirit. Love the strong motivation. So what you will learn today in this webinar, I'll tell you a little bit about my story with pornography addiction. I'll tell you what's the one question you need to ask yourself to understand how pornography is damaging your life. I'll share with you the 3 beliefs that prevent you from quitting pornography. And obviously, I'll share with you the only one method that involves 0 efforts that I used to quit pornography once and for all. 5 years down the line, still haven't watched pornography, and I will never watch this ever again. I know that for a fact, with practical tips and real-life example all along the way. So, Dimitri's story, a little bit about myself. I grew up near Paris and France. I have a bit of a French accent, okay? Things you should know about me: have a French accent. I speak really fast. Sometimes I swear, and that's bad. And I can get emotional pretty quickly. All right, so I moved to Sydney in 2011 to complete my PhD in astronomy and astrophysics in 2014. And in my youth, I was social and outgoing and always up for a laugh. All right, this really extroverted personality. What people did not know about me, though, is that I was completely terrible with girls and really frustrated. I was super insecure and had ultra low self-esteem, and I was addicted to pornography for 17 years, okay? And really, no one around me knew about that. So my first exposure to pornography was at age 12, and I was consuming about 2 hours of pornography per working day and about 8 hours of pornography per night on the weekends. That's about 16 hours of pornography in total, guys. I've spent about 16,000 hours watching pornography, and I've certainly escalated into extreme pornography. Started with, softcore things and really escalated into the dark side of things. And it's only after having coached many men that, looking back, I realized that I've been somewhat of an extreme case. Okay, I thought I was a standard case of addiction, and I'm realizing now that I was a really, really intense case. Just good to know, but we're not here to judge. We're just here to comment and to learn about ourselves. Okay, question number 2 for you guys. Daniel, 3 now, but is temporary, will be 10 for sure. Okay, you're at 3 out of 10, and that's okay. Welcome to that. We're in a space of sincerity, transparency, bonding. It's all good. How much time have you dedicated to pornography in your life? Okay, guys, this may hurt a little bit as a question, and that is okay. All right. How many years been watching pornography times 500? So count how many years you've been watching pornography in total, so the age at which you started and the age that you are now, and make the difference between that. So for me, I stopped at 27 and I started at 12, so that was 15 times 500. So just calculate 15 times 500 or whatever it is for you. You can use Google as a calculator. You can use a calculator on your phone, whatever it is. And let us know, how many hours have you been dedicating to pornography in your life? Let us know in the chat. Let's take a minute to do that properly. Benito, 10,000 hours. Damn, it hurts, right? It's weird, right? Nick, 10,000 hours. Thank you for your transparency, guys. And that is okay. Chance, 11,500. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so they say that you're an expert when you spend 10,000 hours doing something. So if you put this time in pornography into something else, by now you'd be an expert at something, learning the violin, parkour, accounting, whatever it is. So, welcome to that. That is a fact, and it sucks, but that is what it is. And thank you for your openness and sharing. Okay. What do we have? Daniel, if you want to let us know how many hours you've been watching pornography. We're interested. Okay, so what's been happening for you? I have been invited into pornography. It's probably the case for you as well. We rarely go as children into pornography. We're invited or exposed to pornography from the outside, and it's been a slow and progressive escalation into more time on pornography and more extreme pornography as time went by. I was using pornography still within my relationships. And even though I was somewhat satisfied sexually in my relationship, still engaged in pornography. And after 3 years with my current fiancée, Caroline, I had stopped to watch pornography when I started hooking up with her. And then after 3 years, I went back into pornography, and I was like, this is completely fucked. Why am I going into pornography if I'm happy in my love life, in my sex life? And for me, that is the moment I decided I needed to heal and to take this in my hands and do something about it. So I thought to myself, all right, there must be something powerful I can use pornography for. If I am really stuck with pornography my whole life, maybe I can make this a little bit more artistic. Maybe I can make this a bit intellectual. Again, I'm a bit of an intellectual, so I thought maybe there's something smart I can do with it. And after 3 months of trying that, I couldn't find anything. Pornography was just this low vibration thing that was pulling me down. There's nothing smart I could do about it. So I wondered, why am I constantly creating pornography? And the answer is because it's awesome. It makes me feel good. And I realized that was both the wrong question and the right answer. We'll get to that in a second. Which leads us to my third question for you guys here. How awesome is pornography for you on a scale of 1 to 10? If you were to describe your experience with pornography, how good is the experience? If it's really awesome, it's a 10 out of 10. If it's really bad, it's a 1 out of 10. Okay, so if I'm thinking about food, if I order my favorite pizza, that's going to be a 9 out of 10 for me in experience, because it's going to be so tasty and yummy and awesome. But if you give me cardboard to eat, it's going to be probably a 1 out of 10. If If you give me cardboard with ketchup on top, maybe a 3 out of 10. Okay, so what is it for you guys? When you're consuming pornography, how good is it for you? While watching 9, afterwards 2 chance. Thank you for sharing 100%. Okay, you see this difference here, the time we watch and after we watch. So while we're watching, chances are 9, Benito is an 8, Nick is a 7. Okay, so all these numbers are pretty high. All right, Daniel, let us know what it is for you as well, if you want. Past me versus now me. So then I use the method that I'm going to show you today to quit pornography. Now, I can go onto pornographic websites without being triggered. This may sound kind of weird, but sometimes I have to go onto porn sites to check either content that a client wants me to check, or just doing research or explore themes or whatever. So I still go sometimes on pornographic websites for research, and it's just, for me, it's just like pieces of flesh. Like, it doesn't trigger me at all. I enjoy the sexuality of love and connection with Caroline that's not dictated by pornographic imagery. I can just be myself. I actually don't care so much about sex anymore. It's true. I have so much energy to do other things now. This is the biggest victory of my life, guys. I've got a PhD in astronomy. I've got 2 black belts. I've run a marathon. I've done some cool stuff. Winning over pornography is my biggest win, because there's been so much suffering in my life due to that I'm so proud that I've overcome this. And now I can live my purpose through the accomplishment with you guys. And I launched this movement about 1.5 years ago. I'm feeling aligned. I'm feeling happy. I'm tapping into 100% of my potential and creating a change in the world. And this is all I wish for you, to live with purpose and have impact in the world in the way you want to. So I created the accomplishment in 2019. That's the group, Facebook group that you probably know of. If you don't, you can join it. It's called the accomplishment. It'd be a pleasure to have you in there. Continue the conversation, and these are just some little words of appreciation from some members and conversations I've been having in this formidable group. Okay, so the one question you need to ask yourself: do you really need to quit pornography? When is the time to quit pornography? Guys, I'm going really fast. Okay, if you want me to slow down, let me just tell me to slow down. Daniel, the experience quality is a 9. Okay, no surprise. We make the experience as good as we can with pornography, so we're really immersed in having an awesome time. The one question you need to ask yourself to be set on pornography is: how much is pornography damaging my life right now? Okay. If pornography is not damaging your life, there's no reason why you would quit pornography. If it is damaging your life, it is time to do something about it. So here's a quick exercise called the Wheel of Life. It is a typical coaching exercise that you may or may not have gone through. So let's do this together, all right? So you want to grab a pen and paper, and you're going to draw 2 columns. And I'm going to present you with various aspects of life, for example, relationships. And I want you to give a number of how good the thing is in your life at the moment, from 1 to 20. So if your relationship is really good, you're going to give it the 20 out of 20. If it's really bad, you're going to give it a 1 out of 20. If it's average, you're going to give it a 10 out of 20. That's in the left column, so right now. And on the right-hand column, you're going to give a number of how good these things would be in your life if you were free from pornography from 1 to 20. Okay, so if your relationship sucks now and it's a 3 out of 10, but without pornography, it would be a 19 out of 10, then in the left-hand column, you write 3 out of 20. In the right-hand column, you write 19 out of 20. Okay, if it's not clear, guys, just let me know in the comments. I'll help you out. So let's start with career and wealth. What is it for you now out of 20? How good is your career and wealth out of 20 right now? Okay, if it's perfect, you give it 20 out of 20. If it's average, you give it a 10. How does it, and don't overthink this, just throw any number that comes to mind. It doesn't need to be complicated. Okay, what is it now out of 20? And what is it without pornography in your life? How would your career and wealth be in your life if you didn't have pornography out of 20? All right, so just make sure you have these 2 columns here. You can let us know in the chat as well. It's up to you. Just keep some record of what's happening here. Your family and relationship. How good would be your family and relationship in your life? How good are they now out of 20? Family means the family above you, your parents, your grandparents, the people on your level, siblings and cousins, and the people below you as well. So if you have children, your children. How good are these now in your relationship as well? Your partner, fiance, wife, husband, whatever it is. How good is it now? How good would it be without pornography out of 20? Okay, fun and friends. Fun and friends. How much fun are you having in your life right now out of 20? How often do you see your friends? How good quality are your friends? How trustworthy are your friends? From 0 to 20 right now. And how much would that be better, not proper English, how better would that be without pornography in your life? How much would you be having in your life without pornography out of 20? Okay, we're going to do 2 more of these. Next one is personal development and spirituality. If you guys don't overthink this, any number that comes to mind is a good number. How would your personal development and spirituality, well, how is it now out of 20? How good is it now with pornography in your life out of 20? And how good would it be without pornography in your life out of 20? Okay. Chance, no, not since COVID. Yes, not seeing a lot of friends and fun since COVID, right? Absolutely. So just pull these numbers out. And the last one here, I don't have a slide for it, but number 5 is your health. How good is your health with pornography in your life from 0 to 20? And how much better would be your health without pornography in your life out of 20? Okay, and in these we can include sexual dysfunctions, so premature ejaculation, erectile dysfunction, delayed ejaculation, fetishes, whatever it is, anything that impacts your sex life and your vitality. Okay, so you should have 5 different numbers in each column by now. So how much is the difference in total? Like if you add all these numbers up together, how much does that total up for now? And how much does that total up for without pornography? Okay, let us know in the chat. Just say now, put the number, without pornography, put a number. Let us know in the chat. What is the difference? Daniel, you're suffering from premature ejaculation, buddy. Well, thanks for letting us know. This is something definitely that can be dealt with. Yes, I've been working a lot with sexual dysfunction lately, so yeah, not easy to get in touch if it's something you'd like to get a bit deeper into. Okay, what is it for you now? How good is your life out of 100? And how good would your life be without pornography in your life out of 100? Okay, Benito, now your life is a 45%, and without pornography would be 81%. How crazy is that? You can make your life twice better by removing pornography in your life. That's incredible. That's amazing. I hope that's an incentive for you to be taking action. Chance, 47% right now, and you'd be at 71%. Pretty crazy, right? You can make your life nearly twice as much better without pornography in your life. Daniel, OMG, 30% right now. Without pornography, you could make it to 95. That is insane. You could be tapping into 95% of your potential. Right now, you're tapping into 30%. Okay, Nick, what is it for you, man? Let us know in the chat. This is unreal, right? You realize the impact of pornography, how it's so pervasive and present in your life. Okay, I'll give Nick a chance to catch up. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, so the difference is between these two numbers is how much potential of your life is wasted and taken by pornography. Okay, we have ways to measure that. It is so significant and incredible. Feels like about to double up, Nick. Awesome, right? So we could all double up our lives. I've doubled up my life. You could all double up your life by removing pornography out of your life. That's crazy, guys. You could double your potential. That's insane. Okay, so right now you may be feeling like you're in this survival mode. You know, things are hard, things are not lined up, things are not aligned, and you could be thriving. Okay, you could be having a nice, awesome relationship and just feeling aligned and living with purpose. And pornography is on the way to that. And this is why I want to help you. I want to create a world where people live out of passion and purpose, not in survival mode. All right, so the 3 beliefs that prevent you from quitting pornography. Mindset contributes a lot to this healing. And so let's explore what these are. Limiting belief number 1. Quitting pornography takes years, if it's even possible. Okay? So the question I want to ask you here, I'm going to be a little bit faster on this, but you can still reply in the chat, absolutely. Do you think it's possible to stop watching pornography? Okay, because if you want to quit pornography, but you don't think it's possible, that's going to be hard, right? Like your beliefs condition your reality. So the correct answer in this is yes. If you don't believe that it is possible, you won't be able to. As simple as that, right? I am the living proof that it's possible, okay? As are millions of men. So it's possible to do it, and you have to take on the belief that it's possible. Question number 6. If it's possible, how long do you think it takes to quit pornography successfully? How many weeks? How many months? How many years? Okay? Whatever number comes to mind. You know, a good go at quitting pornography, how long does it take? Chance, yes, I was sober for 6 months and relaxed a couple of days ago. Gotcha. Benito, I would say it takes 6+ months. Okay? So we've got this idea of like, how many months does it take? Guys, it takes 12 weeks to heal from pornography addiction or to stop watching pornography. That's it. 12 weeks, no more, no less. Question 7, is it possible, if it's possible to quit pornography, why have you not quit pornography already? Okay, I don't have an answer for that, but it's a good question to ask yourself. If it's possible to quit and you know it's possible, why have you not quit pornography already? You can let us know in the chat. Daniel, it varies. Good habits can speed up. Absolutely. And how long it takes to heal from pornography addiction. Yes. If it's possible, why have you not quit pornography already? Okay, so the first belief is that, yes, I can heal from pornography addiction in a reasonable amount of time. It's not going to take me 10 years. It's going to take me 12 weeks. That's it. Limiting belief number 2, I think I will try to quit maybe soon. Pornography can be very hard to quit. It's not something you hope it will happen or you wish it could happen, or that you pray away if you're religious. You have to make the decision that you are quitting pornography and to commit. Okay? So here's question 8 for you now. Have you made the decision to quit? Are you making the decision to quit now? Is this clear for you that you're engaged in a process where it starts now and it ends when you quit, and you're not going to give it a chance? You're going to give it like everything you have to make it happen. Is this clear for you now? Let us know in the chat. Okay, and the correct belief here to help you with a mindset is yes. You have to know. You have to know. Chance, yes. Boom, love it. Bring it on. Benito, yes. Bang. Who's next? Okay, if you're not sure, ask yourself, why are you not sure? You have to make that decision. Committing means that you're committing to a decision and to a method that works, and that has worked for other people before you. Okay, you want to use things that work. You don't want to give any doubt or chance to this. So question number 9, what method are you using to quit pornography? Okay, let us know in the chat. Do you have a particular method? Chance, white knuckle. Don't have the cultural background to know what that means, Chance. Sorry, what does that mean? It's the Frenchness in me that doesn't know all the Anglo-Saxon expressions. Gotcha. Sheer willpower. Okay. And then I want to invite you to think about how is this working for you. Daniel, count days to motivate myself. Okay. Awesome. You've got these these basic ideas, and then it's a matter of knowing if it's working or not. And it's good that you're sharing this with us. Okay. So the limiting belief number 2, or the correct belief for number 2, is that yes, you know it's possible to quit pornography, and you will dedicate yourself, make the decision using energy and resources and a process that works and that you know works. And limiting belief number 3, quitting pornography equals stopping pornography. Okay, this may seem kind of weird that this is a limiting belief, right? I'm pretty big on this, guys, and I'm going to be emotional when I talk about this, so bear with me. What is the difference between quitting pornography and stopping pornography, okay, which is going cold turkey, or white knuckles, which, as I've just learned, it can be called. What is the difference between quitting and stopping pornography? Since you've started going cold turkey, how many times have you relapsed? How many times have you relapsed? Since you tried this willpower, no fat, no PMO, call it whatever you want, chance once. Okay, fair enough. What is it for our men here? Benito, relapsed too many times. Yes, that's more the kind of answer I was expecting. Nick, 55,000. Yes, absolutely. Okay, you've relapsed just a countable number of times. Absolutely, right? Because it's difficult. Okay, I'm sure Daniel is going to give us a high number. So yeah, but the answer is going to be probably a high number, and since you're a bit of a special case here, most people who are doing this will relapse a million times with going cold turkey. Okay, going cold turkey means just sheer power. Sheer willpower. I just stop watching pornography. Now, what is a good thing about going cold turkey? It is an intuitive method, right? It's the first thing that comes to mind. You just say, okay, I'm going to quit tomorrow. And it's a natural method. It's intuitive. There's nothing too technical required about it. It's just the thing we do. And it's free of charge. So, of course, you're going to try it. It's intuitive. It's free. You can try it. Here are the bad things about going cold turkey. This is where I get a bit emotional, all right? So the method is designed to fail. Sheer willpower is not going to work because what leads you to watch pornography is unconscious. It is something in the back of your mind that you don't have control over. And when you bring sheer willpower into the game, this is a conscious decision. So you're using a conscious decision to fight an unconscious impulse. Now, the bad news is that the unconscious mind will always take over. The unconscious mind is the decision maker in how you lead your life, and your conscious decisions will be a very minor effect to those unconscious decisions, if it does anything at all. So you're not using the right tool. If you're using willpower for this unconscious impulse, you're not using the right tool, and it cannot work. So it's not that you're weak. It's not that you have no willpower. It's just that it's the wrong tool, okay? If I try to build a pyramid with a screwdriver, it's not going to work. Well, it's the same thing here. If you use willpower for this addiction, it's not going to work for you. This method is going to lead to systematic relapses and feeling of failure, okay? Every time you fail, you feel bad, and every time you fail, this normalizes the failure and the feeling that, well, I've got to keep trying, and it's like, no, it's not meant to be constantly failing, and you're not failing. It triggers a lot of guilt and stress. This method, it feels difficult when you're doing it. You're like hardcoring your way through not watching pornography and being tough and all that, and it's hard. And then when you relapse, then it's hard again because you feel really guilty and disappointed. So it's basically hard all the time. You never get a break, and the cycle of relapse, urges, etc. The healing you get from this method is superficial. You're basically doing nothing. So you're just like brute forcing your way through, but you're not learning anything about yourself. You're not improving in any way other than brute forcing your way through. And when you relapse, you lose everything. Okay. So if you've been doing great for 3 months and then you relapse, it's as if you're 3 months back, like nothing has improved in your life that you could have installed in these 3 months. So this is why cold turkey and no PM or no FAP and all that, I am not an advocate, guys. I preach against it. It's good to try it once or twice, and if it gets you out, fantastic. It's awesome. If it doesn't, that is okay. Just move on and try something else. A little bit more on this, okay? It's as if you are drowning in your life. You're trying to swim to the surface, but pornography is this really, really heavy rock at the bottom that you're attached to, and you're trying to get to the surface by lifting the rock, okay? You've got this like huge rock, and you're swimming up and up and trying to get all this energy, and you burn up your energy to lift the rock, and you swim up, and then eventually it's too hard, and you drop the rock, and the rock is like pulling you down all the way to the seafloor again, and you're still drowning, and all the efforts that you've been carrying on and burning this energy to lift the rock has been for nothing because the rock is still at the bottom of the seafloor again. All these crazy efforts that you were for nothing at all. Okay, this is heartbreaking to say, but it is true. The rock, you lift the rock falls, you're back to where you started. Here is a key takeaway message for today, guys. Going cold turkey does not work. Is this written big enough? Just stopping to watch pornography does not work. So then what is it that is going to work? If I'm bringing this message of you can't go cold turkey, you can't use willpower, what is that is going to work? The easy method I used to quit pornography effortlessly. So I've been trying to to quit pornography by going cold turkey with no success. I realized a million times, guys, okay? And I had realized that I needed to quit pornography urgently because it was impacting my relationship and my sex life, and this escalation into the extreme was not good. And I had realized that I was attached to pornography, okay? I had an attachment to pornography, and there was this attachment that was unhealthy and that I needed to deal with. So what did I need to do to reach the surface again with this idea of the rock and drowning in the lake? I had to detach. I had to detach from pornography. To quit pornography, you need to detach from pornography. Okay, it sounds obvious to say, and yet it is not obvious. So how do you detach from pornography? You're attached to pornography because some part of your mind finds it awesome. You want to make pornography not awesome anymore. Okay, remember the satisfaction, we said you're 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 as an experience, and so you're finding it awesome. You want to make pornography not awesome anymore. You want to make pornography boring. Guys, you want to make pornography boring. As long as pornography is something that is exciting for you, you will be attached to pornography and you will not be in a position to quit pornography because you'll constantly be craving it and you can't spend your whole life fighting against something that you're really attached to. When your unconscious mind has watched enough pornography that it finds boring, it will detach from pornography automatically. Okay, when pornography is boring, you're going to slam your laptop, the lid of your laptop, and go and just do some workout or work on your exams or whatever you want to do because pornography will be too boring, and that's where you want to be. So what happens when you detach from pornography? Well, first, you stop attaching to pornography, so you limit the damage created by the escalation. Okay, if I had stopped attaching years before I did, I wouldn't have escalated into this crazy extreme pornography, crazy number of hours, etc., etc. Second, detaching is a method that is not a fight. Okay, you want this to be not a fight because you cannot win a fight against your unconscious mind. It's a method that is embracing your consumption of pornography. You don't have anything in particular to do other than changing the way you watch pornography. And this is the miracle in this, is that this method is literally effortless. And the third point is that you need to take your time. This method works best within a frame of 12 weeks, short enough that it is manageable, but long enough that it has lifelong effect, and it allows your brain and your neuroplasticity to engage, to rewire your brain in the right way. Only small, easy actions done over a few weeks allow to rewire the brain in the right way, effortlessly and for good. So instead of being tied up to this heavy rock and you're drowning at the bottom of the ocean and you're failing to lift it up because it's too heavy and it's pulling you down, now it's like you're giving this magic tool, you're giving this knife, and it's got boredom written on it, and then you can use this knife to cut all the ropes that are attaching you to this rock, okay, that is pulling you down. And you just use this knife of boredom and you just cut all these ties one by one. And every time you cut a tie, you just go a little bit higher out of the water or close to the surface, and comes a point where you have cut all the ties with pornography and you will naturally and freely float back to the surface, ready to finally thrive, okay? And you will not have had to lift that heavy rock. You just been a bit more strategic and use the appropriate tool, which is boredom, and cut all the ties that attach you to pornography. This is where you want to be. Only small, easy actions done over a few weeks allow the brain to rewire in the right way, effortlessly and for good. Now, you cannot make pornography too boring, otherwise your brain will not get the dopamine hit that it's used to, and you will either crave pornography or suffer from withdrawal symptoms. So it's a subtle balance of making pornography boring, but not too boring that you still have a little bit of a high that is meaningful. It's a progressive process. So does this method really work? It took me 6 months of using this method to successfully quit a 17-year-long pornography addiction. Now, when I did that, I was just trying this out. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no coach, no one to guide me, no guarantee, no nothing. And I saw my consumption in pornography, and my interest for pornography dropped a lot by the first month. I reached a stage where watching pornography was like watching nonsensical TikToks or an animal documentary, okay? It was just like, you come to this point where you're like, what am I doing? Like, why am I watching these people doing things that it makes no sense? And it's just incredible, this feeling of feeling so detached from pornography. You see then that the attachment is gone. Just watching people doing things that didn't make sense and that I could not relate to, whereas generally I used to make pornography relatable for me. And after 6 months, I just abandoned pornography. It had no impact on me whatsoever. And guys, this was effortless, okay? I just changed the way I watch pornography to make it boring. That's all I did. It was really effortless. What happened for the men who have decided to work with me? So they are free from pornography and they've moved on, okay? It is so beautiful to witness these men rebuild their life from scratch just because they've quit pornography. They've got so many resources available to them, inner resources. It is beautiful. It takes 9 to 12 weeks to get to this result, and we observed results from the second week on. The second week on, you do this, you will see results immediately. And I know this because we track those results with my critical clients. So I'm going to show you some results now that I've had with my clients. Guys, these clients are critical, okay? When I say I watched 16,000 hours of pornography, these guys were about the same, okay? These are clients that I've been working one-on-one with at a super, super deep level, and this is the results we got because they are really critical, okay? I doubt that any of you here in the room are as critical as these men. So what we measure over the weeks is the interest in pornography. So remember when I say how awesome is pornography for you? Well, that's what we measure over the course of the 12 weeks. So if you're not used to reading graphs from 0 to 10 in height, that is how awesome pornography is for them. And on the horizontal axis, we have the weeks. So the time is basically what goes from left to right. And so then you can see as you go to the right and time passes, then the interest in pornography with this client, name of which I'll keep the confidentiality and not reveal, I just called it L. His interest to pornography collapsed, and after 12 weeks, he just had no interest in pornography and crashed to a 0, which is when you stop watching pornography because it's just too boring. Okay, so this is a client. Another thing we can measure is the compulsion. So the blue line is still the interest, how amazing is pornography. The red line is how strong are the urges or the compulsion, you know, this desire to watch pornography during the day. If it's a 10, the urge is really, really intense. If it's a 0, there's no urges. And so you can see here with another client in 12 weeks, the interest for pornography was fluctuating, the blue line, and then eventually completely collapsed to 0. And at the same time, from left to right, the compulsion, the urges were at 10. At the beginning, they were really high. And as we followed this method to reduce how awesome pornography was, then the compulsion got really low. And eventually, after 12 weeks, he just didn't care about pornography. Okay? This is the same here for another client. And see how it's beautiful how the satisfaction in the experience, the blue line, and the compulsion or the urges, the red line, follow each other. That as soon as you make the pornography boring, then the compulsion just decreases and it's just like not a thing for your brain anymore. Okay, so that's over 9 weeks here to get to 0 with client S. I've got a very fresh client here with whom I've stopped working, who's gone really progressively all the way from a really high compulsion to 0 by decreasing the quality of his experience. And yet another client here. This is all I wish for you. Okay, we start applying the method, and after 4 weeks, it's like, all right, fuck this. I'm not watching pornography again, just because he found it boring. Okay, he didn't force himself. It was just like, I don't need that in my life. So these are the kind of results that you can get, guys, if you make pornography boring for yourself. Here are some comments from the men that I've worked with. We've got Rob here. My name is Rob, and I freed myself from pornography addiction. I have completed Dimitri's 12-week program to address my addiction. I knew I had a problem with pornography, and it was affecting my sex life, my physical and mental health, and I could often not get to sleep until I had a session, pornographic session each night. Maintaining an erection when pornography was not playing was a major issue for me. Then I observed I was not so robotic in how I was going into pornographic session. My mind started to question my motivation, and that I needed to do the session altogether. And I've been working progressively, replacing my sessions with pornography, with workouts and important activities in my life. Okay, this is what happens when pornography is boring. You just go out and do something meaningful. A few more comments here. I'm not orgasmed. The last 2 times I watched pornography, I gave it midway. I got bored. This is where you want to be. Your method is the best. You should together on a book on it so you can spread the message with as many as possible. Well, this is what I've done here with this webinar. I love this kind of messages, really cheer me up. Anders here, courageously shared an open feedback, very helpful, thoughtful, really good person. His community is growing fast and he is helping people from all over the world. Much appreciated. The method works like a charm. And yes, by the way, I haven't watched any pornography until our last session together. Okay, so guys, this is possible. All these testimonials are here to show you that it is possible to quit pornography in a way that is not a fight. Are you ready to quit pornography by making it super, super, super duper boring for yourself? Come on, guys, give me a yes. Are you ready to quit pornography by making it boring, super boring for yourself? Give me a yes in the chat. Nick, when you say making it boring, do you mean to keep watching it but choose categories that I don't really like? So phasing it out and reducing the exposure over time? Yes, Nick, it's a bit of a process. And I can't explain in detail how you can make pornography boring for yourself in complete detail because it would take me a few hours to do that properly and make sure you're right on track. But basically, yes, any process that you can use to make pornography boring is going to help you and is going to allow these challenges. Okay, I'm going to talk about this a bit later as well. Chance has given us a yes. Awesome, guys. Are you ready to quit pornography by making it super boring for yourself? Give me a yes. Come on, guys. One more yeses. Benito, yes. Nick, yes. Beautiful. Love the energy, guys. Awesome. Okay, I hope I have convinced you that this is the right way to go and that all the other methods are not working properly. So from there, you have two options. Option one, you can try to work this out on your own with trial and error and learning as you go, but you take the risk to be in the same trouble that you are now in 6 months from now, even a year, 2 years from now, still struggling with pornography because you haven't implemented it in the right way, and you're still trying to play with parameters and it's complicated and you're not sure. Option two, you 100% commit to quitting pornography today following a trusted, proven method that will allow you to quit pornography effortlessly by making it boring. Okay, and if this is you right now, if this is you today and you've given me a yes, you're 100% committed to quitting pornography in the best way possible, then I'd like to personally invite you to join me inside my new program, Quit Porn the Easy Way, the ultimate program to live free from pornography. Okay, guys, Quit Pornography the Easy Way is the only online program that will show you exactly how to quit pornography in 12 weeks completely effortlessly, guys. It's effortless. I cannot emphasize this enough. It doesn't need to be a fight. So you can unlock 100% of your potential and finally live the life you were always meant to live. In the program, you will learn the detailed process to use so you can detach from pornography and find it utterly boring within a frame of 12 weeks and a total of 6 steps. Apply the method in a way that matches perfectly your particular relationship with pornography so that you can tailor the method exactly to your habits and circumstances. And you can track your progression week by week so you can stay on track with where you want to be and make sure that you're using the method to the best of your ability for the best results at every point in time. This is my promise to you guys. So the program includes 12 weekly modules. Goodbye Pornography, Hello World. Week 2, your first milestone in tracking your progress. Week 3, refining the method. Week 4, how boring can you make pornography? Week 5, destroy your urges for good. Week 6, the halfway point. Week 7, why this method really works. Week 8, lost baggage. Week 9, uncovering the real you. Week 10, accelerate. Week 11, the last milestone. And week 12, stepping into your new life. This is where I want you guys to be. So the core program includes the 12 video course modules, the supporting documents, and the weekly progress tracking. And it's got a value of $197. Now, there is a bonus added to this, or a series of bonuses. The first one is the bonus number 1, the content filter. I'll give you lifelong access to the content filter. This is not the blocking filters on your phones. It's a filter that you've never seen before. I had to design it specifically so that it works. So forget everything you know about filters. This is just going to make it even more seamless and even more easy for you to have this content filter. So that will be added to the program as well. And this bonus has a value here of $49, the content filter. There'll be a second bonus. And before we get into that, I just want to say that I followed this process and it healed a 17-year-long pornography addiction. I didn't use any special ability of mine. I found that ultra simple method because pornography addiction was a rare situation for me where my resourcefulness, dare I say intelligence, had no advantage for me whatsoever, and I was helpless. And so I just happened to have found this method after a million hours of trial and error, just like you guys trying to make my way through this, and finally found something that has worked. And it's worked with me, and it's worked with the men I've helped in the past times and times again, and it's effortless. And that's why I want you to be using this method so that it's not a struggle, that you can find freedom in this. For this program, there's also a money-back guarantee. So I'm only looking for seriously committed men here in this program that are really actively looking to heal. So you'll need to show that you have given the program a try before requesting a refund. If you do the work and you're still not satisfied, I don't know how it's possible, but let's just imagine that. Show me your work within 30 days of joining, and I'll gladly give you a refund if you're not happy. So this is zero risk for you whatsoever. There's also a second bonus included here. This is a Trailblazer edition. As you may know, this is a new program, Quit Pornography the Easy Way, and is the fruit of years of personal research and trial with clients. And I am now making this available as an online program so that everybody can have access to it without requiring me, but to make sure that I receive the best feedback from you guys and that you get the best value for your program. In this first Trailblazers edition, I will be delivering the content of this program live, so I can check on your progression directly, so you can ask all the questions you may want to ask. Okay, so in the same way that we are live now together, I will be live for this first version of the program to support you in this process all along the 12 weeks. And of course, you'll have the replays available of the program. You don't need to be there on the live, but you just have more value if you do. So you have the core program, with the 12 courses, the documents, the progress tracking, the lifetime access to the content filter, and the Trailblazer edition live with me. This value has a value of $447. Now, the total value of this program as presented now is $693. Now, guys, I know that most of you here are probably in your 20s or early 30s. I know that spending a lot of money for pornography addiction is complicated and difficult. It's a difficult decision to make. And I was in your same case, a few years ago, and I probably wouldn't have $693 to invest in a program like that back in the days. Yet, I really want you to be part of this program, and I want to make this really easy for you. So for those reasons, I am offering you the program today for the ridiculous price of $97. Okay, guys? The course modules, the supporting documents, the weekly tracking, the content filter, and the Trailblazer edition with me live for 12 weeks. That's a long time to be with me for $97 only instead of $693. Okay, you could be free from pornography for less than $100. So you can get started today. You can either choose to make a one payment of $97, or you can do 2 monthly payment of $55 if $97 is too big an investment for you and you'd like to break it down. This is certainly something that we can do. So to enroll today, just go ahead to bit.ly/quit the easy way with dashes in the middle, and that's going to lead you to the page for the enrollment for the program. Now, guys, there's yet another bonus. I promised you at the beginning that there would be an extra bonus if you stay till the end, so thank you for having stayed till the end, and here we are. If you join now, I'll give you access to the workshop, Discover Your Life Purpose, valued at $47, and it will help you discover your zone of genius, how you can be your best self, and how you can serve the world with purpose and be recognized for it, right? Because what's the point of freeing yourself from pornography if you don't then use all the resources that you free to live a good life, a life of purpose? So you have the core program, the 12 weekly modules, the content filter, the Trailblazer edition live with me, and access to Discover Your Life Purpose workshop for only $97 in one payment, or 2 monthly payments of $55, whichever is the easiest payment option for you is totally okay. So just head to bit.ly/quit-porn-the-easy-way, and you'll be able to enroll in the program. You are able to enroll in the program right now. So if you go to this page, when you go to this page, this is what it's going to look like. Just paste this URL in your browser. you're going to have a bit of a general intro of the program. And then if you just scroll down a little bit, then you'll have the window here where you can enroll, and you've got either the payment option with the two at $55 or the one payment at $97. Remember why you showed up today. You're dedicated to improving your life and ending the constant cycle of suffering and pain you're stuck in with pornography. Think about all the pain that you've gone through with pornography so far. Think about all that you can unlock, the potential that you can unlock in your life, and the reason why you showed up today, to heal yourself. How will you feel a few hours or a few days after this webinar if you find yourself going back to pornography? How are you going to feel? Today you have showed up with courage and integrity. So imagine if you showed up like that with courage and integrity for yourself and your loved ones for the rest of your life. If pornography is a thing of the past and you can be who you really want to be, guys, and it's possible. You are these persons already. You just need to move away from pornography. Where would you be then? Who would you be then if you showed up for the rest of your life with the intensity and the courage that you showed up with today? Right now, you may be wondering, is this really going to work for me? Yes, the method works for everybody. It is designed to be working for everybody. And you know what? If you try it and it doesn't work for you, you've got the 30-day guarantee, and I'll just give you your money back, no questions asked, because I want to change the world. I want you to be part of the world change. And if this is not doing it for you, then that's absolutely okay. I don't want you to suffer from this. So you have the money guarantee working for you. Right now, you may be wondering, who will know that I have joined this program? No one will know that you've joined this program. Okay, this is an online thing. The program is strictly confidential, and your discretion is my priority. Obviously, when you do the lives for the Trailblazer edition, you'll have to put your name in the Zoom or the place where we are, like today. But you can make this as confidential as you want by changing your name. So nobody will know who you are and that you're part of the program. Right now, you might be wondering, will I have to join Zoom meetings with other people? No, you don't have to. You will get more value if you join the calls with me, because you'll be able to ask your questions and you'll benefit from my energy, which I'm hoping right now is helpful. But there's no obligation to do that, and you'll just be able to watch the replay if you prefer doing that. Okay, guys, I've been talking a lot, so this is the time for our Q&A. So I'll stick around here for 1 or 2 minutes. And in the meantime, you can head to bit.ly.quitporn the easy way and just enroll in your favorite option with the payment plan that suits you. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, we've got about 2 minutes here to address any questions you may have in the chat. So what questions do we have? Thank you, Benito. It's my absolutely pleasure, buddy. Thank you, Chance, for sharing the link. All right, Nick. Good to have you today. Thank you for today, buddy. See you soon, man. Is there any question that wants to be asked here, or we can leave it to that? That is totally fine. Thank you for your presence, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you for participating actively. That was awesome. Okay. Look, there's no question as far as I can tell. I'll just wait 10 more seconds. So thank you guys so much for being with us today. It's been really appreciating having you on the program. Just head to bit.ly/quitporn the easy way, and I'll see you in the program. Thank you so much, Chance. Have a good one. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.